Hi, welcome to Talk Ed Tech, and we're here with Garrett.
And we're also here with Billy. We are B&G.
All right, so let's jump in.
Yeah, let's do it.
So you have this new idea that you're trying to toy around with.
Yeah.
You nicknamed it Checo Scooter.
Indeed. Checo Scooter.
What is this crazy idea?
This is an awesome, fun new idea that I have that's coming around with the use of VR, really, is the big thing. We just recently got a VR machine, as you know, at our school, and I'm loving it. I'm loving everything that it can do. And in our community that we live in is called Checo. There are lots of scooters. And driving around in Checo, as you know, you own a scooter, you drive, it is awesome chaos, right? And
it's a wild ride.
It is. And you can just imagine, if you can imagine traffic in China, I don't know, times 10 or something. It's nuts. And so I wanted to be able to recreate this ride for others, really.
The experience of Checo.
The experience, yes, indeed. I actually even have a scooter seat from one of my old scooters that I'm going to be positioning in to go along with the movements of the scooter, because the way I see it right now is I'm going to put a 360 camera on the top of my head, maybe strap with a helmet or something like that, drive around Checo, and there will only be certain ways that the game will be able to go because of just, the pure filming and everything.
The vastness of Checo.
Right, exactly. So you take a right-hand turn or something, you feel it, the seat kind of shift a little bit this way. Left-hand turn or a stop, coming like that. So it's a great idea, and it needs to come into fruition now. And so I'm excited about starting that whole thing.
All right, so you're all about the VR lately.
Yes, yeah.
You invited me up to your lab to play with Google Tiltbrush.
Uh-huh.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. You enjoy that?
Yeah, it was cool. You're able to draw on the X, Y axis and then get that Z in there. And you're just like writing a letter, and all of a sudden you can just turn and go that way.
Right.
And actually virtually see that. So I thought that was really cool. I had a good time. Virtual reality is definitely not my forte. I get a little nauseous with those things on there.
Sure, yeah.
But I appreciate the Tiltbrush. I thought that was cool.
Yes, Google Tiltbrush.
So I have some questions about it.
Sure, yeah.
First off, all right, so I made this really cool thing in Tiltbrush. Now what?
So now you can save it, you can export it, you can do lots of different things with it. If you want to create, like some of my students right now are working on the human cell, and it's great because all of they can make it interactive and live. And it really pops with the different types of brushes that they have. There's like a fire brush. There's a comet brush, and so my students have really been thinking, well, what parts of the cell do with this? Like what parts do they actually do, and how can that be animated? Or if there's the thick outer wall, there's a thick shell. They can make their brush thicker and use the icing one, because that's just, I don't know, that's my ideas, but they're figuring it out on their own as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that of you, is that you're just like, hey, figure it out.
Right, right, yeah.
There's that challenge of go create it on your own.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's awesome.
It is. It's cool. It is good, and I'm really enjoying it a lot. But yeah, that's my whole new thing. Really, is I'm trying to add one more thing that I know, and I saw a sign out here in our school. It says, when you learn something that you enjoy, you never forget it. Right. If you're enjoying learning it, then you'll never forget it. And hopefully this is another one of those things for me.
Excellent. That's a good answer.
So moving on to you, Mr. Reck. I know that you have been a huge advocate of 3D printing. I've seen, you go from infancy stage to really just
to adulthood,
full-blown adulthood with it, if you want to call it that way.
Thank you.
Sure. No. Tell us about your experience with that. Your road you had to take.
That's a long journey, man. It's been like 3 or 4 years now, and at first it's slow and frustrating, and the prints don't always work, and then you just kind of stick with it, and just like with anything, you just keep failing and getting better, and then eventually you learn it. And you're right. Then it becomes a passion where it's like, well, I can teach it to somebody else, or vice versa.
Right.
But 3D printing is just cool, you know, for all the downsides that it has of being slow and you know, maybe even size constraints. It does bring a lot of learning into the classroom. I find that students want to be able to create something, but then, you know, they have this idea and they write it down and they're like, you know, for this new product, they're all excited, but they never take it to the next level. And the next level is actually now going constructing it and building it. And we've been fortunate enough here to been able to start doing that more and more. So we're having a good time with that.
Yeah, I'd like to comment and say I've seen the student response to 3D printing. It's been great. They're coming out here. They're designing during their off time.
Yeah.
That's great. They're here before school starts in the Learning Union, designing on their own. We got 8-year-olds designing. You know, it's great.
Infusion,
yeah,
program.
Right, yeah. And
you shouldn't do that, but okay, yeah. Keep going.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So keep that urge to learn alive.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Yes, sir. Well, one last thing before we go.
Right.
I noticed another thing you've been getting into lately is your sticker creation.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's
my new addiction.
Yes. Please enlighten us.
So Adobe Premiere.
Yes.
You can make WeChat stickers.
Yes, yeah. WeChat is a social media platform for China, if you're not familiar with it.
But, like, you know, they're animated GIFs, but
yes.
The fact that you can make your own animated GIF now just blows my mind. Like,
guy.
It's hilarious.
I know, he's coming along with some really good ones, too, so maybe we'll have some to share.
I'm going to make some angry face ones just so I can be like, you know, my wife messaged me, you know, I need potatoes at the store. I'm just going to throw her that face.
Maybe some of yourself. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. Oh.
You mad?
Gonna have some B&G gifts.
Yeah, I gotta make my own triggered GIF.
Oh gosh, yeah, sure, absolutely.
But okay, even going with that, right? If we're excited about that,
yes.
Students should be excited about that, right?
Yes.
And I think enthusiasm is infectious.
Absolutely.
But I think it'd be really funny to see some of these stickers that the kids make.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be Minecraft and cats.
Oh yes. Oh no. Yeah, I'm sure.
And Fortnite.
And some BTS.
BTS.
Kimchi. Yeah, we know our students. So, anyways, I'm excited for it, and it's like I had read a long time ago, or someone told me, if you're bored, then your students are going to be bored.
True.
And so I definitely try to keep it up and lively and keep them thirsty for some knowledge, you know. So that's our take for today. I think that's about all the bases we covered.
Next time we're going to talk about digging deeper into 21st century learning. We might have some more guests with us, but we'll do what we need to do.
Awesome. Well, till
next time.
This is B&G signing out.
B&G.
We need a better sign off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. That was great. That was good. Thank you.
That was good.
That was good. This is good. This is healthy.
That was actually a pretty good episode.
I think that was.